Dear student, today I am going to discuss a new topic, but the chapter is same, that is known as demand. So the topic is change in quantity demanded. So what is change in quantity demanded? When the quantity demand changes due to change in price is known as quantity demand. Is it clear? Once again, due to change in price, if the quantity demand changes, that is known as change in quantity demand. So the most important point is that is the change in demand. Sorry, change in price. So change in quantity demand happens due to change in price. Is it clear? It has two main components. Okay. First, upward movement of demand curve and downward movement. Okay, so here we can say if the movement takes place along the demand curve due to change in price is known as also change in quantity demand. Is it clear? So first, upward movement of demand curve. So when the movement will take place upwards, so it happens due to rise in price, and it happens due to fall in price. So first, just take one example here. There are two axes, one is y, other is x. On the x-axis, that is the quantity demand, and on the y-axis, that is the price. So before draw a graph, just I will make a schedule. Look here in this schedule. So here that is the price, and here that is the quantity demand. Is it clear? So if the price is suppose rupees 20 and quantity demand is suppose 5, and the price rises from 20 to suppose 30. Okay, so here the quantity demand decreases from 5 to 4. Is it clear? So in this way, here I am going to plot it. So let 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is it clear? Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when the price is rupees 20, is it clear? The consumer is willing to buy 5 units of that commodity. So 5, and this is the 20. Is it clear? Now the price increases from 20 to 30, and here he is ready to buy only 4 units. So 4 units, and the price is that is 30. Is it clear? So in this way we have obtained 2 points A, B. So what you find? You find that the demand curve is moving upwards. DD is the demand curve which is moving upwards, and that is known as upward movement of demand curve. Or here it is known as the movement take place due to change in price. Now, if we want to explain downward movement, so downward movement means fall in price. Is it clear? So take here, suppose the initial price was 30 and the consumer was taking only 4 units, and as so here the price falls from rupees 30 to 20. As a result, the quantity demand increases from 4 to 5. Is it clear? So in this case, what will happen? Just change only the name. First step, when the price is rupees 30, a consumer is willing to buy only the 4 units, and as the price falls, he is ready to buy 5 units. So in this case, this is the point A and this is the point B, and now the demand curve is moving downwards. So it is known as downward movement of demand curve. It is also known as the another name. First, that is, either we can say downward movement of demand curve, or we can say contraction of demand. Contraction of demand. It is also known as extension of demand. Extension of demand. Is it clear? So what you find here, you find there is no change in demand curve. There is a single demand curve, but the quantity has increased from 4 to 5 units. That's why it is known as extension of demand. Means demand was up to the point A, now it has extended up to point B, and that's why it is known as extension of demand. And if we change the arrow, okay, from in this direction, what you find, the initial demand was up to the point B, and now the demand has reduced, quantity demand has reduced and goes up to point A, and that is known as contraction of demand, because here the units declines from 5 to 4 units. Is it clear? So change in quantity demand, listen once again. The changes takes place due to price, the quantity demand change, and that is known as change in quantity demand. It has two main components, either upward movement of demand curve or downward movement of demand. It is also known as contraction of demand or extension of demand. When the price falls, the quantity demand increases. Due to that, it is known as extension of demand. And when the price rises from 20 to 30, the quantity demand decreases from 5 to 4, and that's why it is known as contraction of demand. Here there is a single demand curve DD, either it moves upwards or it moves downwards, and due to that it is known as movement along the demand curve. That's why it is known as movement along the demand curve. Is it clear? Okay. Shift of demand curve. Shift means what? Either it will move towards the right hand side or it will move towards the left hand side. Is it clear? So when the demand curve shift either right or leftward. So the definition is that when the demand curve shift either right or leftward due to change in other factors except price. It means here the price will remain constant, but other factors such as rise in income, fall in income, rise in the price of complementary goods, rise in the price of substitute goods, increase in population. So whatever the factors we have discussed previously, that factor is responsible to change the demand, and that is known as shift of demand curve. It is also known as increase in demand and decrease in demand. So we can say here that first, price will remain constant. Price is constant here. And second, other factors are responsible. Okay, so this is the most important thing. It is the keyword. Here the price will remain constant. But in case of, we have discussed in the same video that quantity demand. Here the quantity, in case of quantity demand, the price is variable and we do not take the other factors. But shift in demand curve, here the price is constant and the variable factors are others. Is it clear? Now, it has two main components. One is known as increase in demand. Increase in demand. And other is known as decrease in demand. Decrease in demand. Okay, so increase in demand and decrease in demand. So increase in demand, here we can take, so increase in demand here, that is the price and it is the demand. Price, that is rupees 10, again rupees 10. Initial demand was 10, the new demand is 15. So what you find? You find that the price of the commodity is constant, but the demand for that commodity has increased from 10 to 15 units. So why it happened? So it happened due to so many other factors such as increase in income, increase in income, increase in population, increase in the price of substitute goods, decrease in the price of complementary goods, and so on. So in this way, so these are the different factors. Due to that, the demand of the commodity has increased. So here we can also explain with the help of following diagram. That is the, here that is the quantity of the demand or the demand, that is the quantity, it would be better, and here that is the price. There are two axes, x and y. What in the first line that is given, price is constant. So let, this is the constant price, constant price. Is it clear? That is OP. Initial demand is 10 units. So demand curve moves from upper to lower. So DD is our demand curve. And this is the quantity equivalent to 10. Or here the price is equivalent to also rupees 10. Now, there is no change in price, but the demand curve shift rightwards and it intersect the price line at point E1. So the quantity is determined here, that is the Q1, and equals to 15 units. So here you find that the demand curve shift rightwards due to it may be increase in income of the consumer, increase in population, increase in the price of substitute goods, decrease in the price of complementary goods, and taste and preference. So any factor is responsible, and that is known as increase in demand, or that is known as shift, rightward shift in demand curve. It is also known as increase in demand and rightward shift. Is it clear? So it is the right word. Shift of demand. Is it clear? Now come to the next. Decrease in demand. Decrease in demand. So decrease in demand, and it is also known as leftward shift of demand curve. Okay, here I want to take one schedule, that is the price, it is the quantity demand. Is it clear? Now price is rupees 20. Again the price is rupees 20. Initial demand was 15 and the new demand is 10. Okay, so here there is no change in the price, means price is constant, but due to other factors the quantity demand has decreased from 15 to 10. Okay, so here you find that it is known as decrease in demand or leftward shift in demand curve. It happens due to previously I told you increase in income, but here that is the decrease in income. Decrease in income, negative taste and preference, decrease in population, decrease in the price of substitute goods, a rise in price of complementary goods, so any factors, due to these factors or due to any factors this situation occurs. Now come to the graph. So that is the y-axis, this is your x-axis. On the y-axis that is the price, here that is the quantity, and it is the constant price. Previously I told you the price will remain constant. So initial demand was 15 units, that is let 15, or you may Q. Now OP is the price and it may be rupees 20, and here the quantity demand has decreased from 15 to 10. It means the demand curve will shift leftwards, that is the D1. It intersects the price line at point E1. So the new quantity is determined, that is 10 or Q1. Previously that was the OQ and it has reduced from OQ to OQ1, or we can say in the numerical value 15 to 10, it happens due to change in other factor even though the price is constant. So in this way we can determine the quantity demand and the change in quantity demand and change in demand. So once again the recapitulations. First, shift in demand curve. Shift in demand curve happens due to change in other factors, but the price will remain constant. First, second, that is it may be known as increase in demand or decrease in demand, or we can say the rightward shift of demand or leftward shift of demand. So here increase or decrease in demand maybe happens due to change in income, change in taste and preference, change in population, change in the price of substitute goods, change in the price of complementary goods. So any factor is responsible for changes, and due to that either the demand curve will shift leftwards or it may shift rightwards. Thank you. So in this way this chapter I have completed. Thank you students. Okay.